Welcome back, and this is the next part of the C2C Join As You Go series. So now we are finally going to learn how to finish this L-shaped part. And it's really simple, it's not anything difficult, but at the beginning there's lots of flipping back and forth between your sides. So where we want to start, I'm just going to zoom in, and my piece is getting way too big for my table, so just bear with me. So where we're going to start is we're going to actually insert our hook where this pink stitch is into the yellow, and that'll make sure that our work is nice and flat and crisp. So I'll just zoom back out now that we know where we're supposed to insert our hook. And you will pull up, oh sorry, the next color that we're doing is actually the peach. So before I go on, I'll actually bring up our pattern. And so we have completed this area here, plus this blue area, which is actually the yellow. And then the pink, blue, light blue, and pink section here. And so now we're gonna add this peach section right here. Okay, so we've inserted our hook, and we will just pull up a loop with our peach yarn, and we will chain 3. And I'm just going to get this little piece out of the way here. And then we will join into this stitch, which is actually the slip stitch from this row here. So we'll join that with this, join with a slip stitch right there. Okay, so you can see, just zoom in again. It will lay flat, I do promise that. It will lay flat once you continue on. And so I'm going to go ahead and flip my work. Actually, sorry, first we're going to chain 3. Chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, then we're going to flip our work. And you could actually flip your work and then chain 3, it really doesn't matter. And then we're going to do 3 double crochets into this chain 3 space for the foundation that we just made. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we need to join this square up along the side of this C2C square right here. And that's very simple. We simply insert our hook into that slip stitch from the pink section, do another slip stitch, and we have our first square of this L shape. And then we just continue on going up either side, and I'll do a few with you just to make sure that we're all on the same page how that works. So you will chain 3, insert your hook, oops, slip stitch, chain 3, oops, I didn't realize I was off camera there, chain 2, chain 3, okay, and now we're going to flip our work again. Sorry, it gets a little bit tangly at this point in the game, but you'll probably be working with a lot more space than what I'm working with. And so we chain 3 and then 3 double crochets into that chain 3 space. join with a slip stitch into the first of the peach or orange square, chain 3, 3 double crochets, and then we need to get this section here lying flat here, and we do that with another slip stitch. Lots of slip stitches in this C2C join as you go. Lots of slip stitches in C2C as it is. And so you're just going to keep going like we did. We will chain 3, join with a slip stitch, and this one is a little bit hard to see. Chain 3, turn our work, three double crochets. Then just keep going as you normally would. In the middle, join with a slip stitch, chain 3, 3 double crochets. Join with a slip stitch, chain 3, 3 double crochets. Then we are going to join onto the pink section with a slip stitch. And that is how you do the L shape. So I will continue on, and I will meet you when I am about 9 stitches, 8 or 9 stitches this way. And let me just zoom out a little bit. So this peach section is gonna go along, sorry, let me just get my camera zoomed in a little bit. So this peach section is going to go 9 squares along here, along what's the yellow part, well, blue on the pattern, yellow on the actual blanket, and it'll go all the way up this pink, blue, and pink section. So probably, I hope I explained that well enough. And then once we have this peach section done, we'll do this pink. Actually, no, we won't. Which section will we do next? I think we actually do the pink. I'll have to check. Yes, we will do this section, and then we will do this green section right here. So we're just at the end of row 8. So we'll slip stitch into this chain 3 space here, chain 3, chain 2, chain 3, 3 double crochets in that chain 3 space, and then we're going to join at this slip stitch right there, chain 3, and join with another slip stitch. Chain 3, and then we will turn our work and then 3 double crochets into that chain 3 foundation. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this will be the, let me just see here. Yes, this will be the last cluster C2C square that we do here, because this is going to go up this way. So I will see you at the end of this 9th row when we get back to this pink. We are at the end of row 9, so we will join with a slip stitch, chain 3, and 3 double crochets. And now we are going to want to join where this seam is, this pink and blue seam, and it can be a little bit tricky, especially if you're a tight crocheter, but you want to actually get it in to these 2 loops. So I'll just zoom in there so you can see right there is where we want to put our hook. Okay, so I will insert my hook, and it might be a little bit tight, and join with a slip stitch. And there we have a really nice seam between all 3 of those colors. And we'll just continue on, because this peach part goes up along the side of the pink, blue, and pink section, and on the other side where the yellow section is, this is actually where it ends, so we'll start to decrease when we get over here. So I'm going to go ahead and chain 3, insert my hook into the next slip stitch of the blue section, join with a slip stitch, chain 3, chain 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to go ahead and flip my work and do 3 double crochets in that chain 3 foundation that we just made. And then we'll continue on doing the middle stitches as we always do. And I will see you at the end of this row, which will be the 10th row, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, end of the 10th row, and I will show you how we decrease. It's the same as the other sections, but I'm going to go over it again. So we're at the end of row 10. Just going to slip stitch, chain 3, and 3 double crochets. And then we're going to join with a slip stitch, chain 3, And then we'll turn our work. And join with a slip stitch into this chain 3 space right here. And that has squared off this section right here, and so it's made another L shape, and so you'll need to connect to this space the same way we connected right here. And then it's the same as usual. We will chain 3, 3 double crochet, and join with a slip stitch into the next section. And again, this will pucker out a little bit, but when we come back and join with the slip stitch, it will straighten out. And so I will see you at the end of this peach section. Okay, so I was going to meet you when we got to the end of this pink section, but I just wanted to go over one more time how we join this peach or orange section onto this seam here. So I'm just going to finish up this last stitch and I will show you that again. It's the exact same as the previous seam that we did, but again, I just want to go over it again just to make sure that you understand. And so I'm just going to do 3 double crochets into this chain 3 space. Join with a slip stitch. Chain 3. And I will zoom in so that you can see. So ignore this little blue strand here. So we're actually going to try and get our stitch into this section right here. Okay? And so you should have, let me just show you on the side. So you'll go through this one and this one. Oops. This one and that one onto your hook. Okay? Again, I'll just move that blue section out of the way and it goes right in there. Sorry, that blue strand is being a nuisance. And so we just join with a slip stitch. Pull that blue strand out of the way again. And then we chain 3, turn our work, and then we'll do the 3 double crochets into that foundation space that we just made. And I will meet you when we get to the end of this pink section. And we're finishing up this peach section. Slip stitch 3 chains, 3 double crochets, two and 3, and we will join with a slip stitch, chain 3. We're going to turn our work. join with a slip stitch, chain 3, 3 double crochets, join with a slip stitch, chain 3, turn your work, and join with a slip stitch to finish off this peach section. We will cut the yarn, pull out your thread, and my table is not quite big enough to show the whole thing, but this second peach section is done. And so let me just look at our pattern here. So the next section that we would want to do, would be this pink section right here. And following that pink section, we would then do all this green. And so when you're looking at your pattern for C2C as you go, especially one that is like this that has big sections of color with little sections of colors, is you want to try and get all the big sections so that you can crochet them in one swoop instead of doing them in 9x9 tiles. I hope that makes sense to you. So I'm going to go ahead and crochet this pink section next, and then I will work on the green section. So I'm going to sign off for now. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave a comment below and I will do my best to help you.